we should start with the Raptors on this one because they are the champions and going forward. What does this mean for them going forward? Because the question then becomes Kawhi. We're going to get into the offseason. I mean, it has started. It's dominated everything. Raptors already the champions. Going forward here, the questions are, this was a rental? Is it a rental? Does it pay off if it was?
This was always a rental, you know? This was always a beautiful, beautiful condominium rental that just established and flourished in a beautiful neighborhood that was just developing a railroad system in the city. So your development just went up. So it's like you don't need to sit there and you just notice they already started the railroad tracks. So you're good. Whenever it's finished, you are good. So it was a rental right now. Kawhi is, hopefully, he won't be like my guy from John Calipari. You know, he won't be a one and done. You know, so Kawhi, what's going to happen, Lestro? It's a rental. I think the Toronto fans, the Toronto players, everybody, not the players, but the Toronto fan base predominantly, they knew when it first started. We had the water boy here. They thought it was a rental. They didn't care if it was a rental. They would take that rental property.
We asked him, and we said to him, this was a major move to begin the season. This was the move of the offseason, and the question was, would it pay off? Was when the Toronto Raptors, Masai Ujiri, cleaned house out there. They were a top team last year. Got swept by the. Not swept. Did they get swept? They got swept out by the Cleveland, by LeBron and the Cavaliers last year. Cleans out the front office, fires the coach of the year, trades their number one player for Kawhi Leonard, who has already said, I want to get out of San Antonio.
No draft picks. I don't remember they even had a draft pick.
I think it was just like guy for guy, like, all right, go. We asked the water boy, if they win the championship and he leaves, are you happy with it? He said yes at the time. Yep. I've been watching him. He's happy with it now. He's still okay with it. What do you do if you're Kawhi here? I mean, Kawhi had the kind of postseason that we've only seen once in a generation. This is like a Jordan-esque postseason, the numbers. Till the final game where he let the rest of the team shine. The injury, which we'll get to in a second, allowed him to almost step back. He had as many points as Fred VanVleet in that game 6. But throughout the rest of it, Kawhi carried this team, cements his legacy as a dynasty killer, as a warrior killer out there.
You said it. You said it.
I did. That was what I was betting on.
Yep.
To be fair, they were also the luckiest team in this entire. They
did go against the Wounded Warriors.
I know what you're going to tell me right off the bat, but I'm going to say it anyway. The Sixers are healthy. They win the championship is what I took out of this, is because a healthy Sixers beats the Raptors, and we're the only one that took them 7.
Hey, didn't I have the Sixers? That's my pick for certain reasons, but hey, it's neither here nor there. Neither here nor there
is exactly right. So what happens here for Kawhi? I mean, never.
The magical question.
Yeah, never before has a guy left a team he won a championship with.
And what? Never before?
Never before as a guy like a superstar like this.
LeBron didn't leave? Wasn't in the championship?
Didn't have a championship. They may have gone to the finals, but then he bails.
It wasn't for Miami?
Yeah, he didn't have a trophy the year he left.
Oh, I didn't remember. Anyways, but Kawhi, this is one of those situations that's very peculiar. Kawhi is not like the other superstars like you. One of the reasons why you like him.
I love him.
No one really knows what he's doing. Everybody's saying, oh, it's coming to the LA. It's either LA team or state. So that's what you really hear, but you don't get a sense of Kawhi. You don't get a sense of he's leaning this way, he's leaning that way. He has the best poker face of any superstar athlete. Like, I would hate to play poker against Kawhi Leonard. It's like, other than basketball, he should just go play poker because you can't read this dude. He has no emotion, left, right, north, east, or anything like that, man.
I agree, and that's why I love him, is because he's a Vulcan. You can't get a read on Kawhi Leonard. I love it. I think he's perfect for Toronto. I'd like to see him stay 1 year at least. You know what I mean? Like, sign that one more and go for the repeat. But at the same time, there's something to be said for him just going, I'm leaving. And it's always said that he wants to go back to L.A. and that he'll end up with the Lakers or the Clippers. But he's the kind of guy, you're absolutely right, you can't get a read. He could be like, you know where I want to play? I want to be in Indiana.
You know, it's like, whoever gave the rental he wants to go to L.A., right?
Well, that's where he's from. That's why they just assume that's it wants to go back there. I've always wanted to go to Brooklyn. I love Atlanta. Like you just up and go anywhere he wants. He's the king of the fucking NBA right now.
Absolutely. So in a sense, for Toronto, this kind of feel like one of those Dallas Mavericks, like one of those teams that just win one and to start a dynasty, but nothing really legitimately to make them an all-time team.
Right.
This don't feel like an all-time. That's one of the things, like, even as Kawhi State, this don't feel like I'm going to win 3 in a row championship. We're going to develop a dynasty. And no disrespect to those guys, but in my eyes, it just don't feel like that. And if it don't feel like that, then won't you want to make moves to go to squad to develop so you could have that type of potential? Because he already won one. Now the only thing left to have that extra echelon of excellence is consecutive dynasty winning. Instead of being a dynasty destroyer, you become the dynasty now.
Yeah, that's it. That is the only next step, is to win the back-to-backs and take the teams. But at the same time, Kawhi's the kind of guy that could leave Toronto, go to the Clippers, and immediately make them a contender and win back-to-backs anyway with different teams. Like that's like a Shaq move.
A mercenary, dog.
Yeah, a mercenary.
Mercenary, dog.
It's a hired gun out there.
Him and KD, they just get a new wave of league. Just go back. Just the Avengers, man. Those two are just mercenaries.
So that gets us to the front office side of this, because this was a huge win for the front office all the way around. And I guess my question is, would you do this? Is this the kind of move that you as a fan, would you take the championship and let the guy, you got a 1-year rental? Is this the kind of move you like?
Yes, because I remember one city that hasn't won a Super Bowl in the history of their existence, and that one Super Bowl is gonna make up for 40 years of not winning it.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Just that memory is so priceless.
Championships are fucking fleeting.
So priceless. You don't know. It's not just because you see some teams win 2, 3, 4 times. That's not the norm. You don't have that. You just don't win championships like that. Once you have a stretch, yes, but there's many more elite players that don't have one than the elite players that do have one.
Yeah, I take the shot at this as well. I think back to the Phils, who in 2008 won the World Series, and there were good teams but never won again. Championships are fleeting, man. When you get a shot at it, you take it. And you take it when you get it, and you run with that opportunity to win the championship. And if it means next year, maybe you don't win the championship, it doesn't matter, because for the rest of time, you've got that champ. You got that parade.
Goodness, look at this rhetoric this guy is saying now. This is the same guy that says, why you going to make that trade for Jimmy Butler? Why do you want to win a championship right now? And this is the same guy now that just made a beautiful, we have to take this passionate. Come on, Lestro.
The point of the process is the longest view in the room, and that was built for multiple championships. We were going to do that anyway without Jimmy Butler. Don't give me that. He wasn't the linchpin. Win now was not the need there. But I get your point. Take the championship on this one. I would take this 1 year as well. So the next question becomes, which team should follow this blueprint? Is there anybody out there right now that you see that should, make a move like this? Trade their top guy, one of their top guys, and try and make the run with a new dude. Is there any team that can't get over the hump? Because that was what this was.
Hey, I know one team, or maybe 2-9 if the situation right, but I know one team right now, the Clippers.
The Clippers, that's exactly right. They are a team.
That's why. And another thing is, if the scenario is going right, I heard some rumors. It might be a stretch. I heard the Clippers. I said the Lakers. I said the Clippers. Lakers, but
I can't see Kawhi going to the Lakers. I can't see him.
That'd be perfect. AD, and then LeBron is the Magic Johnson, the point guard, and you have Kawhi and you have AD. Woo, man.
I can't see him going there. I don't know. I don't see him being the number 3. Fighting for number 2 on LeBron's team.
Number 3. Oh man, Kawhi number 2. You take Kawhi over AD. Just the fact that
I would take Kawhi over AD any day.
So Kawhi be straight number 2. You imagine that.
You know what? That's true. You make a trade like that, you make him number 2. It's a hell of a team. I don't see him going there. I would say, another team I would think that could make a move like this if the opportunity arises is a team like OKC. You know what? That's a team that they've got Westbrook and George, and you could see them moving Westbrook for another superstar and bringing a